This video is actually 3 videos in one. The first in a series where I invite you into my studio to see some awesome LEGO creations I've been working on that week or whatever, and generally talk LEGO awesomeness. And this week, I've been working on a Dungeons and Dragons module, a modular dungeon. The Dungeons & Dragons set is the best set I have built in a while, and I recently had the chance to sit down with the designers and talk about, well, the design process of the set itself. More on that in a moment, because the thing I love most about the set is that it comes with a playable module. And like I said, it is a gorgeous display piece, but I'm not interested in it as a display piece because my shelves are kind of getting a bit full of LEGO. I'm a D&D geek. And I want a modular dungeon that I can play adventures in. Not once, not twice, but again and again and again. In fact, I had the opportunity to play through this module with some friends at Bendigo Bricks recently. I've also played it with the fam, and well, I'm loving it, but there are limitations on it. And well, that's the seed for the modular redesign here, which will take 2 parts. The first is adjusting the campaign, so it's a bit more new player friendly and works as a one shot that still runs underneath 90 minutes for basically playing at events with other LEGO fans, for instance, because it was a lot of fun. And that's something I will share in, once it's done, with you guys as well as a PDF. And the second part is the redesign of the dungeon itself. The dungeon needs to be modular, so you can change it around and use it not just for this campaign, but any campaign and as an adjustable battle map. And so you can see what I've done here is I've compartmentalized it, separating floors from walls from corners so that they can all be mixed and matched to create the dungeon that's suitable for your campaign and fresh from the last one. I've kept everything as simple as possible because of course, fingers are going to be getting in here and accidentally rubbing against stuff, and so if there's breakages, it's all very simple to repair. And as I go along, I will absolutely share instructions for little bits of terrain or the walls or sections of the build, so keep an eye out for that. Now, I do want it to link to the official set, and as I said, I love it, so I'm just going to take some of those sections from the actual official set and extend them a little so there is room to put minifigures inside them. And as for the rest here, you can see I've begun with mosaic plates. I've put on some 1x16s, Technic bricks on either side, and then that gives me 18 studs across, which is neatly divisible into 3, 6x6 on each side, 36 individual squares on each little section. Those edges will be used to contain the walls. It helps hold everything else together, and that in turn helps support whatever is being put over the top, even if it's just a simple cover to stop you players seeing what's inside the dungeon before they explore the room. And I'll share more of all of that as it becomes available, so look forward to that soon. Don't forget to subscribe or whatever I meant to tell you to do to make sure that happens. And as part of that, please, if you've got suggestions, things you'd like to see there, whack them in the comments. That's how I'll know what you want to see, and I'll do my best to make sure it's included. Coming back to speaking with the designers about the production of the set itself. If you're a Dungeons & Dragons geek, you're probably already familiar with some of the controversies that Dungeons & Dragons and its owners, Wizards of the Coast, and in turn Hasbro, have had over the last year, such as the OGL stuff, open game license, and other things. So it was a bit of a surprise to hear that the designers had quite a good time working with them and were quite well supported. They were given free rein to do quite a lot of things, and the feedback that Wizards had mostly had to do with the specifics of the monsters. For instance, I love the dragon that is included in the set, and you'll probably notice it's red. Well, this was because the Dungeons & Dragons logo is red, and that was one of the changes that Wizards Hasbro asked for, including having thumbs on the dragon, for instance, because Dungeons & Dragons have, well, like dragons from Dungeons & Dragons. And the Beholder, for instance, has 10 tentacle eye stalks, no more, no less, to be a proper Forgotten Realms Beholder. The original idea submission, though, did have a green dragon. As a nod to that, we get the Dragonborn minifigure that is Ajax Jade Scales and a green Dragonborn there. There's also some really cool stuff happening with the other minifigures there, which is absolutely entirely about diversity. For instance, this is the first time we've had an Afro-style cornrow hairpiece with the elf ears. Like, we got a lot out of Lord of the Rings, but none in this flesh tone. The graphic designers talked about the process of making, for instance, all the little spell scrolls readable in theory. I say in theory because they say it's readable. I can't really tell when I look at the tiles what they're meant to say, but beautiful work there. I do want to highlight my big bugbear with this set. There is a round tile that I need to put a round sticker on with no indication of what's top or bottom because it's a circle, come on. And yeah, I just wish Lego would stop doing that. In this set, it's not such a big deal if it's a little bit crooked, but they did the same in the Mandalorian Razor Crest set recently, and it was a problem there. So shame, Lego, shame. So anyway, that's what's been happening in my studio the last few days. The modular dungeon project is underway, but I do need to slide it off into a box for a little bit as I move on to the Batman sculpture that I hope to be taking to Sydney in, well, under a month now, so I've got to get building. As this progresses, though, I will share more of the details. Well, at this point, I want to hear your feedback. That's what the comments for. Let me know what you think about it and what you'd like to see as possible terrain or details that could be included in the dungeon. So yeah, comment down below and don't forget to like and subscribe stuff. I don't know, whatever I meant to say as a YouTuber. But yeah, cheers guys. Thanks for watching and stay awesome.